Welcome back. Now let's discuss more about loops, and the two loops that we will be discussing about in this lecture are the while loop and do while loop. Let's go ahead and start with the while. Let's go ahead and define an integer. I call it x, set it to 1, and I will start typing the while loop. While loop started with the word while. As you can see, it turns blue, and the parentheses in here, and inside the parentheses you will be placing your condition, and my condition would be f the x less than or equal number 10. Do the following. I will, for example, display a message console.writeLine that this is line number and concatenate it with the x value, and don't forget the x plus plus to increment your x so the loop can go on. Okay, now let's go ahead and test this. You can see this is line number 1, 2, 3 until it reaches 10. And of course you can start from any number. You can start from 5, as you can see. And I can reach this to 20, for example. And it's working. Pretty amazing. Now let's do the opposite. Let's start from a number 10, for example, and let's change the condition of the x is greater than or equal 1, and let's do minus minus so we can decrement the value of x to from 10, 9 until it reaches the condition. And actually let's change the message in here, and let's type this Game of Thrones season. Maybe this is more interesting. Season, and this is the season 0 here will be attached to the number. Okay, now actually let's make it 8 because there are only 8 seasons of this TV show. Okay, let's run, and here you see Game of Thrones season 8, 7, 6 until it reaches 1. And actually season 8 is not released yet as I'm recording this, but they said that this would be the last one. Okay, so that's it about the while loop. Oh, one more thing before we go, we can also still break the loop. For example, I can come here and let it if the x equal number 3 or season 3 in our case. Go ahead and use the magic word break. So when it reaches 3, the loop has been broken. Okay, now let's display a message saying that this is the while loop and at the end I'm just displaying things on the screen to make it look a little bit better. I know it looks bad in the command prompted, but just to make it look better. Okay, now let's run this, and as you can see, here's while loop, and this is the end of it. Now let's go ahead and try the do while. But first, let me type the do while loop. It's like a title. Okay, now let's define a variable. I call it, for example, x. I'll set it to 1, and I will start typing the do while. The do while starts with the word do. Actually, we cannot name it x because x is already taken above. Do, and you start typing your code in here without any conditions yet. Console.writeLine, and I will type this is line number, and again plus the I. Okay, and again don't forget the I plus plus to increment your condition. Not the is I. Okay, now you may be asking where's the loop, where's the condition of the loop. Actually the condition of the loop in the do while, we write it at the end of the do while. So after we close this brackets here, let's go ahead and you see it's telling me to write the while, and actually let's type the condition. So it will be doing until it reaches number 10. Okay, and there is a some difference here because the while here ends with a semicolon. You see, this while here, the while only doesn't end with a semicolon, but the do while ends with a semicolon. Okay, let's go ahead and run this. As you can see, here is the while loop, and here is the Game of Thrones seasons. And there is a break, and here is the do while, and from 1 to 10. This is how you do the while and do while loop. So I hope this was easy and fun, and see you in the next lectures.